When I went through dependency, one of the biggest issues early on was that I didn't understand my rights. They were not explained to me in detail. I didn't understand what each court hearing meant. I gathered information from 9 surveys. Here's what I found. At the point of removal, 72% of parents said their rights were not fully explained to them by their caseworker that removed the child. Before removal, it's even worse. Only 15.5% of parents said the child protective process was explained to them by their caseworker in detail. And 76.5% of parents that had little to no understanding of the entire process fell below the federal poverty limits. Only 2.6 out of 5 parents felt that they were actually heard. Only 2.6 out of 5 felt they had a part in the decision process. And only 2.5 out of 5 said they were able to talk to their attorneys before the hearing. 54% of parents demonstrated little understanding of the judge's decisions in their case. And 12% of parents had no knowledge of the court decisions made in their hearings. What does this tell us? This tells us that parents may have rights legally, but they do not fully understand them, what they are, what each court date means in the dependency process. It's not fully explained to them. Even if they have representation, they do not understand what's really going on. For instance, with me, the shelter care hearing, I did not know what that meant. I didn't understand that that was where they decide if the child should remain removed from the home and if reasonable efforts were made to find suitable, related, or other suitable persons' placements before removal during the dependency review. So that means that you haven't even had an official dependency decision made against you. But at that point, you're so emotional and stressed out, and you've had your babies taken from you that you're not thinking clearly already. And most of the time, people aren't sober. So you're like, in the midst of it, you don't know what's going on. You're like, what's going on? This has already happened. You go to that court hearing and you're like, okay, I'm already screwed. I already lost my kids. The decision's been made. There's nothing I can do. You're actually allowed to interview witnesses, bring evidence to that hearing, which you are notified of and given 72 hours to prepare for. Because it is your right to have that shelter care hearing 72 hours after removal. It's like, yeah, they're doing this for you within 72 hours, but you have 72 hours to prepare for it. For me, I feel like the system plays on the fact that the majority of these people in this process dealing with dependency are already under the poverty level, don't have a good understanding of what's going on, and they should be educated, you guys. There should be a requirement to educate parents completely on all of these court proceedings, what each means, what their rights are, what their rights are not, at the federal level, at the Washington state level, or whatever state it is that you live in. Because your rights are different before dependency is filed versus after a filing has been made. And they're still different before a dependency is established. Some counties actually do require that parents be educated on the dependency process. They have pamphlets, there's websites which I will list in the links below that explain to some degree what each stage of the dependency process means and looks like. I'll also list links to each survey that I referenced for this information, but the numbers don't lie, and I need more numbers, you guys. I want numbers from people in Washington, people in every state. I need those numbers for things to change, for us to make the changes that are needed to increase reunification outcomes. We want parents to get better. We want families to stay together where possible. It's in the best interest for the kids. I will be going more in depth into what our rights are as parents before and after dependency is filed. So what you can expect, questions you can ask, and I will always try to incorporate my experiences along the way. I want to hear your thoughts. Please comment below, subscribe, and like, and have a good day.